Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Before this video starts, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. So before this trick starts, as you guys know, in my last video I did a collaboration with the Cardmonger. I do have a video up on his channel, so I'm going to leave a link in the description so you guys can go check that video out, and go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to him. And another thing before this trick starts, this is an original effect. I came up with this about a week ago, and I've just been kind of working on it and trying to get been working on it, trying to get it how I like it, and I finally got it how I like it. It's a really cool trick. I love twisting the aces effects, and I've always been trying to come up with my own, so this is a really cool one. It has a kicker ending. I think you guys are going to like it. So I'm going to go ahead and teach it to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go ahead and get straight into the performance. Okay guys, so over here we have the 4 aces. We'll get to them in a second, but first I would hand the pack over to my spectator and have them shuffle the cards as much as they wanted to. Once they were done shuffling, I would ask for the deck back and have them just touch the back of any card. Let's say they touch the back of this card right here. It's a completely free choice. They get to touch the back of any card, but in this case they touch the back of the 8 of diamonds. I would actually have the spectators sign their card right here, so I would actually have them sign their cards. This is a signed card. I'm not going to sign it because I don't want to mess up my cards, but in the real world this would be a signed card. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your card, and look, no sleight of hand whatsoever. Your card is going to go into my pocket just like that, okay? No sleight of hand. It really is in my pocket, okay? So over here, again, I said we have the 4 aces. We're actually going to use these for the remainder of the trick. We don't need the rest of the deck. So we have the ace of hearts, the ace of clubs, the ace of diamonds, and the ace of spades. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the aces one at a time and flipping them over without you seeing it happen, okay? So let's go ahead and get straight into that. I'm going to go ahead and give it a little shake just like that, and I should be able to get the ace of clubs to flip over just by shaking the deck. This time, let's try and get the ace of hearts. So again, we'll give it another little shake just like that, and we should be able to get the ace of hearts to completely flip over just like that. And this time, let's go for, I don't know, the ace of diamonds. So give it a shake, and we'll try and get the ace of diamonds. And sure enough, I'm able to get the ace of diamonds to flip over. So let's save the best for last, the ace of spades. Let me just give it a little shake just like that, and we should be able to get the ace of spades to completely flip over just like that. And just a little twist, just like this, and we should be able to get all 4 aces to completely go back to normal. Okay, so that's a pretty cool trick, using flipping, the aces flipping over that you see them. But I really want to stress this: ace of spades, ace of clubs, ace of diamonds, ace of hearts. I literally have all 4 aces in my hand. Okay, and I just want to give them a little shake just like that. And once I do that, all 4 aces turn to one single card. And the one card that was in my pocket from the very beginning is here, which would mean that in my pocket, I have the 4 aces. So that was the trick, guys, and now how to do it. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and get straight into how this trick works. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to pull out the 4 aces and just kind of lay them in a stack. Basically, in that whole twisting the aces routine, if you want the ace of spades to be the last card that you make flip over, I personally like to do that because I just feel like, the ace of spades should be the best for last kind of effect. So just to make sure it's at the bottom of the face-up ace stack, and just lay this to the side, okay? So then what you're going to do is you're going to hand this over to the spectator and tell them to shuffle up the cards. So they'll shuffle up the cards just like this. So once they are done shuffling, just have them touch the back of any card. So let's say they touch the back of this one, completely free choice. But what you're going to do is you're not going to show this card. You're really just literally going to have them touch the back, because you don't want them to pull out a card like normal. You just want them to touch the back of it. So just say touch the back of any card. Whatever card they touch, you're going to out jog just like that, and you're going to rotate it off your finger just like that, flick it, and you're going to kind of do this hand gesture like, okay, so you could have touched any card. And while you're doing this, you're doing a push-off pinky break, just like that. So you're basically using your thumb to push off the stop card and pull back, and use your pinky to hold a spot underneath it. So when you're doing this, it's just kind of covering that motion of you doing that. So you can say, so you could touch the back of any card. You're going to place this card on top that they think they touched the back of. It's actually just a completely random card. Flip over the double, and it looks like that they've touched the back of the 6 of hearts, but in reality, they touched the back of the 2. But it doesn't matter. They think they've touched the back of the 6. You've done a double lift. So you can say, okay, so I'm going to have you do is sign it. So they can sign this card. Just use your thumb to kind of hold it there so they can't grab it off. Just kind of say, here, write your name right there. And they'll just write your name with you holding the card in your hand, okay? So they'll write their name on it. They'll sign it. And you can flip this over just like that. Now you're going to grab the cards in middle grip, which is basically your ring and middle finger at the top, middle finger or thumb on the bottom, and your index finger kind of curled in the middle, and your pinky dangling off to the side. And you're going to use your index finger to push off this top card, and you're going to grab it with your other hand just like that. You're not going to show this because it's a completely random card. What you can do is you can kind of pretend to blow on the ink to dry it, just to kind of convince them this really is their card. Not that they're going to doubt it, it's just a good convincer. And you're going to place it in your pocket, okay? So obviously it's kind of hard from this camera angle, but I really am putting the cards in my pocket. No sleight of hand, it's just a completely random card. Tip: don't wear anything with tight pockets like jeans or khakis or something. Try and wear something like exercise shorts or something, or exercise pants. So you just have these loose pockets because you don't really want something with tight pockets. It'll make it harder for the trick later on. You'll see what I'm talking about. So you have this random card in your pocket. They think their card's in their pocket, but in reality, their card's still right here on top of the deck. So this is where you introduce the 4 aces. You're going to grab them up, show them facing the spectator, and fan them out toward the spectator. And while the aces are facing the spectator, you're going to do a push-off pinky break with the aces covering that. So it'll look like this from their view, okay? Basically, the aces covering that move. And you're going to lay all these aces on top, grab everything at the break, and lay this deck down. Say, we're going to use the aces for the rest of the trick. We don't need the rest of the deck. And what you've just done is you have stolen off their card, just like that. Okay? So, now what you're going to do is you're going to hold it in biddle grip. And we already went over biddle grip. And you're going to deal off the aces one at a time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're going to hold that double, because this is a double. You do not want to flash this card, so you're just going to kind of hold it toward their face. And we have the 4 aces. You're going to square everything up, being careful not to flash that one face-up card. You're like, so we have the 4 aces. What I'm going to do, and you're going to give like an example of what you're going to do. So you're going to use these 2 fingers to pull out the bottom card, and then rotate it off. And say, what we're going to do is we're going to flip over the 4 aces one at a time without you seeing it. And basically, you just grab that ace from the bottom to flip it over, just to show them what you're going to do. And what that has just done is put their card in between the 4 aces, which is exactly where you want it. So you can say, okay, look, all it takes is a shake, and we should be able to get the first ace to flip over. Now you're going to deal off 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, this is actually 2 aces. You're holding a double over 2 aces, the ace of hearts and the ace of clubs. This is what the ace of clubs is underneath the ace of hearts. This is actually their card. Nothing's really flipped over. It just creates the illusion that one of the cards is flipped over. And look at this card here. On the bottom is the ace of diamonds. So you know that that card's going to be the next card to flip over. So you can say, we got the ace of clubs to flip over. Square everything up, being careful not to flash anything. Saying, this time, I don't know, let's get the, and remember the ace of diamonds at the bottom. So you're going to be like, okay, so this time, let's get the ace of diamonds to flip over this time. And you're going to spread off just like that. This is a double. This is actually their card. Holding that double. And you'll be like, okay, so we got the ace of diamonds to flip over. This time, let's get the ace of hearts, because you see that the ace of hearts is the one here at the bottom. So you're going to do that. Give it a shake. Deal everything off. And you say, look, we were able to get the ace of hearts to flip over. One more card. This time we have the ace of, we got one more card. You're going to square everything up. And you don't want to say we got the ace of spades. You don't want to say that you're going to flip any of these cards over until after you squared them up, because you don't want them to see the pattern of the card that's on the bottom always being the one that flips over. After you square everything up, then that's when you say, okay, let's get this card to flip over. Okay, so you saw the ace of spades is the last card. Give it a little shake and deal off. Again, this is a double, okay? So once you square everything up, being careful not to flash, you're going to do something called the Ascanio spread. So after you shake, and you're going to show them all the aces went back to normal, you're going to do something called the Ascanio spread. Hold it in biddle grip, just like this. Your index and thumb are going to strip off the top and bottom ace, just like that. And now your middle finger is going to come and pull this card back. So you're showing off the 4 aces while you're still holding this double in biddle grip. So this is actually a double. This is the ace of spades and their card right underneath it. But you're showing it as 1, okay? So you're going to, let's go over that one more time. Index and middle, or index and thumb. Pull the top 2 aces. Middle finger grabs that next ace. This is a double, okay? So you're going to show that all 4 aces went back to normal. You're going to grab all 3 of these aces, still holding this double, and put them on top of the ace, just like that. So what that has done is it has put this card underneath the 4 aces, once again, just like it was when you started. And now you're going to proceed to flip over all 4 aces. But what you're actually going to be doing is you need all these cards facing the same direction, okay? So this is how you're going to do that. You're going to do a pinky pull down on the bottom card, which is their card. And you're going to put it kind of in a gambler's cop position, just like this, which is basically just copying the card. From front view, they don't see it. All they see are the 4 aces, but you've actually got this card cop behind it. It's a card palm. If you got, I'm not going to go over that because it's going to take forever to teach, but if you guys want to learn a cool, this cool technique, I have a link in the description where you can learn how to palm the card just like this. So you're going to do that card palm. You're going to get it in gambler's cop. You're going to flip over these 4 aces, kind of back and, flip them over, and now you're going to square everything up without flashing. Practice this in the mirror. but eventually you'll be able to cop all 4 cards by flipping these over. It looks like you just flipped over the 4 aces, but actually you flipped over the 4 aces. So now everything's facing the same direction, so this is the situation you are now in. But you need this card to be here, not here. You need this on top of the aces. So this is how you're going to do that. You're going to say, I want to stress this. I really only have 1. You're going to flip over, show 1 ace, 2, 3, 4 aces. So you just showed the aces and moved them to the bottom. What that has actually done is it's moved all 4 aces to the bottom and it's put that card there on top, which is exactly where it needs to be. So now you're going to do that Gambler's Cop thing again, but this time you're going to just pick up on the top card, just like that with your thumb. Just pick up on the top card and catch it break. And you're going to cop all 4 aces and move that single card back up here. So from their view, this is what they see. Now, let's go again. I'm going to just go over this. You'll bring your hand back kind of to about this point where your ring finger is. Pick this back up, and you don't want them to see the width, because if they see this only 1 card, they're going to get suspicious. So the moment you bring it up here, you're going to take all 4 fingers and cover that, and you're immediately going to bring this forward, and these 4 cards, these are the 4 aces, down to your side, just like that. Okay, so now they can't see these cards, so you got these palmed, just like that. And you're going to start shaking. You say, if I shake, you'll see that the 4 aces turn into 1 single card. You're going to flip it over and show that the 4 aces have turned to their card. And a lot of times when I perform this for people, they like to just grab the card out of my hand and make sure it really is only 1 card. And while they're kind of distracted, you're going to say, and look, I go into my pocket. And you're going to be careful not to flash, but you're going to take these cop cards into your pocket. And you're going to pull them in there. Then you're going to kind of just drop them in your pocket. And then you're just going to grab them out like normal cards, just like that. And you're going to say, look, I have the 4 aces right here. And that's the trick. I've watched the tutorial as many times as you need. But it's a really cool trick. It's definitely angle sensitive. You're going to have to get a lot of practice on that to get the angles right. But it's a really cool trick in the end. I think you guys are going to like it. Basically, you're left pretty much clean except for this random card in your pocket. But what I like to do is I like to just grab the deck if you don't have a box or something or whatever and just throw it in my pocket. So that way you've kind of gotten rid of the evidence of that card being in your pocket. So that's basically the trick, guys. I hope you guys like it. It's a really cool original trick I came up with. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out that video I did on the Cardmonger's channel and subscribe to him. Subscribe to me. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, comment down below, and turn the post notifications on. And I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.